Finally today, Dr. Robby Hedrick is Director of Transition Services at the Coffee Bunker. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
I haven't known you 5 minutes and already like you.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
works well. What is the Coffee Bunker?
So the Coffee Bunker is a nonprofit located down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're dedicated to serving veterans and their families. Our mission statement is helping veterans be successful in transition, and transition being a broad word, because every phase of life is a transition. Through personal and professional development, through our core values of care, community, and connection. So, and through that, we do that in multiple ways, but that's our premise, is through those care, community, and connection, and bringing veterans and their families together, and through our programs, helping them and their spouses and dependents be successful in their civilian lives.
You know, I've visited the bunker a couple of times.
Yes, sir.
With a friend of mine who was military, who was wounded in a, well, he said he took it where he sits because his foxhole wasn't deep enough. But he laughs about it. But he said, Sam, it's amazing how many men and women are walking this earth who didn't take a bullet, who didn't take an IED, who just, they carry the scars between their ears, if you will. And that's what the bunker is there for. At least that's what I gleaned from it.
Well, that's one of the many aspects that we're there for. And oftentimes what you're referring to, you will hear referred to as the invisible wounds of war, not the physical things that we often see or refer to. And so that is one of the many things that veterans deal with and the challenges they face. And that's one of the aspects that we do. We have many community partners that come in and help them if that's what they need. But we also serve the different aspects, whether that be some people need the homeless challenges, some people that are in the professional world need that upskilling and development. And so we go back to when I say transition being that broad word, depending where the veteran is, we try to meet them where they are. But yes, sir, that's a very real thing that people are dealing with, and so we do try to meet them where they are.
I've got some figure here I want to throw out.
Yes, sir.
Vet suicides, there's 72% higher risks of vets committing suicide than those who haven't served. I don't think the average person understands what a veteran goes through that's been in combat. Even if they're never wounded, even if they're never injured, it's the trauma of facing your own mortality right there at any given instant. That weighs pretty heavy.
Yes, sir, and I don't want to overgeneralize, and I don't want to speak to the whole veteran community or population, but I do think you're very right in the fact that the mental strain and pressure of having served in the pressure of that job and the consequences of doing that job and performance does take a mental toll on you, because my level of performance could ultimately dictate the lives of myself or others and have severe consequences down the line. So that makes it more pressure-filled stress and strain on top of the other compounding and complexities of the nature of the role of the military service member.
Do they knock on your door or do you go out and find them?
So a little bit of both, and again, depending on what service they're needing. At the location itself, we have several events, whether it be, for example, Monday night we have a Toastmasters Club. The veterans that are out in the community and the workforce, they come in and they look for how can I improve my public speaking, my leadership skills, because I want to improve in my position out in the civilian sector. Depending on the day, they come in. One of the things we said is connection and community, to socialize and hang out and just visit and be with other veterans and talk and share stories and that camaraderie. Other times it's because they need a service or assistance with a specific thing, whether that be a mental health challenge or a food insecurity or a different need. But also in today's modern world and digital world, we go out there and I reach out and work with people all the way from California, Minnesota, and Boston. We do that through our digital presence. And then knowing that depending on the demographic and age, some veterans, my age group, are often out working, so they don't have the luxury of being able to come to the bunker, so we go out to them, and we do a lot with the Veterans Employee Resource Groups.
There's got to be an element too that I'm going to make a big assumption here,
Yes,
and I hope I'm correct, that you work with, where parents say, or loved ones like a wife or a husband say, they're not the same since they were over there. Do you hear that often?
So occasionally we do. There are times, and we do our best to work with them and the caregivers and things like that. But one of the things that I think we do well is know that we can't be the best at everything. If we don't want to compete with the other organizations in town, we want to complete what they do, and we want to complete what they don't do. So we want a real collaboration. So if we see something that we don't specialize in, we work hand in hand with other organizations in town. And so say they were to come in and there's a real challenge and they needed more in-depth mental health needs or financial assistance needs, we can send them and work and do a warm handoff to those other groups that specialize in a more in-depth process and need. So we help them where we can, and if we find that's the case and need more or further assistance in what we can provide, we're able to collaborate with these other groups to take it further than where we can.
Well, you're doing God's work there, and I appreciate you, and I know a lot of other folks do too. In the time we have left, which is roughly 45 seconds, do you need anything?
Yes, sir. I would just say the things that we need is just the well wishes and support of our community, and more so because we know that there's more veterans out there that don't know about us. We're often told that we're a hidden gem in Tulsa. So whether you're a veteran or you know of a veteran, just let them know that we're here for them and their spouses. We know that a lot of times the veterans get the love and the benefit, but as they were out serving, the spouses and dependents took care of things at home, and we want them to know that we're there for them as well. All our services are free. We'd be more than happy to help and assist in any way that we can.
You got a website?
Yes, sir, www.coffeebunker.org, as well as LinkedIn, Facebook, and we'd be happy to connect in any way that's convenient for anyone that would like to reach us.
If we can help here at Rogers State Public Television, please call on us. We'd be more than happy to put on our gear and come help you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're a good man.
Thank you, sir.
Like I say, you're doing an incredible job there. That's all the time we have for this edition of Perspectives. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.